Praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever. This week, as you listen to or watch this Nugget, I'll be in Egypt, looking at some of the businesses you've supported, including the inauguration of the woodworking machine in the famous slum in Cairo, which we donated through Giving Tuesday. It will be my first time in Egypt, and as always, I ask for your prayers and for prayers for our beloved brethren in Egypt. The Copts have been in Egypt since the beginning as part of the United Church and have suffered greatly in the centuries since the arrival of Islam. Our assistance is doing the same as in other countries in the Middle East, keeping Christian families in their homelands. As I've said before, much of the Middle East is the Holy Land, especially Egypt, where the Lord and his mother and St. Joseph had to flee when Herod was trying to kill the baby Jesus. Keeping and supporting Christians in Egypt is essential, and Egyptian Christians still witness to the point of death to their faith in Christ. I hope, if possible, to be able to visit the shrine of the 21 Coptic martyrs of Libya, beheaded by ISIS in 2015, and I will pray for you all if I do manage to get there. This week also begins our Lenten journey to, as the liturgy tells us, ascend the mountain to Easter. If you're able, please watch my meditation for the first Sunday of Lent on EWTN. Check the schedules for timing. We all have our plans and penances, including a good confession during Lent, some added reading and prayer, and maybe commitment to a holy hour in the church every week. I've just one thought for us this week as we begin, provided for us once again by that mighty Pope and pastor, someone of his ilk the church should be praying for in the near future, Saint Gregory the Great. Gregory begins in this particular sermon by saying that he ought to advise, if the gospel is being taken literally, for us all to leave everything we have. But he goes on to say, and this can be a great theme for our Lenten examination, he says, if you are unable to abandon everything which the world offers, you must so hold those things that are of this world, that you may not be held by them in this world, that earthly interests may be possessed, not be the possessor, and that what you have should be under the control of your mind. Otherwise, if your mind is bound by the love of earthly things, it may itself rather be possessed by its own possessions. To my mind, St. Gregory has given us in those two sentences enough to work on for the whole 6 weeks of Lent. Wise words, profound words, understanding human psychology and human weakness. I don't think we need to point the finger at anyone else. Just ask ourselves these searing questions. How much of what we hold, our things, our cars, houses, jewellery, our nice toys, if we're lucky enough to have them, like boats or other luxuries, how much do they hold us? Do our possessions possess us? Of course not, we say quickly, dismissing the thought. But let's not dismiss the thought, not this Lent. It might be much more fruitful to find that distance between us and our possessions this Lent than all the voluntary penances we happily give ourselves. Brethren, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, like a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.